Know your nose. Wow, this one is really important. And I can't tell you how many people really struggle with doing the things that they need to do in their life or in their business or whatever it is the case that they're trying to take action on. And they don't know this. And because they don't know this or they don't do this correctly, they're just like running around in a circle. They're like a dog wagging its tail, seeing it, and then chasing their tail. And what we want to do is we want to stop doing that. It's not that easy. I got to be honest. This is the one thing that more people have told me that they struggle with than anything else. And especially a lot of the women that I coach or that I work with or that have come to my workshops, they're like, Cindy, this one's really hard for me. And so I want to tell you this. This is something to take seriously, even if it's difficult, because we come to a place in our lives where we have to care for ourselves in a way where we're able to do the things that we're put here to do. And if we are put here to serve, if we are put here to love, if we are put here to create a business or a career where we're doing things that have a huge purpose, and we know that it's going to be something life-changing, we have to learn this. And it's called Know Your Nose. We've come from a society that, it's I just have to say it like it is, and that is we've been told often that we are not good if we say no to people, that we are not caring, that we are not loving, that we are not supportive, that we're not good parents, we're not good children, we're not good business people. You always have to say yes. But the fact of the matter is, there's things that we constantly say yes to that don't serve us. It doesn't serve our mission. It doesn't serve why we're here. And it just doesn't serve us energetically on a day-to-day life. So, this is where we learn what are we going to say yes to and what are we going to say no to. So, what I'd like you to think about is, and you can just write these down. I don't have any type of tool or worksheet that's created with this particular um, know your nose piece that I teach. I may create one at some time someday, but at the moment, here's what I do when I'm helping people in workshops. I just have them write down things that you have thought in the past. I really don't want to do that anymore. And look, you can make this really complicated or you can make it simple. Like, I just don't want to do the damn dishes anymore. Or I just don't want to do the laundry anymore. You can make it as simple as that. It can be something big. It could be that you work for a company or you own your own company and you deliver some product to another state and you've been doing it for a long time and it just doesn't serve you. It energetically drains you. It can be a small thing or it can be a big thing. Take a few moments now, stop the video, and I want you just to write down some things that you've done in the past week that you feel just did not serve you. Okay, I'll be here waiting for you. Perfect. Did you do it? Okay, great. So I hope you have a nice little list there. 5, 10 things, one or two things, something on that list. I want you to think back to the time that you said yes to doing this thing. And I want you to think back to kind of energetically or in a feeling kind of a way. Why did you do that? Why did you say yes to something that you really just don't want to do anymore? The deal is, which is goofy as it sounds, no is the new yes. And that is, we have to be able to put aside the things that aren't going to make our lives any better. And really, don't make anybody's life better. You know why? Because when we are in this energy of doing something that doesn't feel good to us, we don't do it in the energy that serves. We don't do it in the energy that is really making a difference. We do it in a completely lackluster, not joyous energy. Or we put on a happy face, but the side is in some kind of pain over it. Either of those things are not good. So I'd like you to start looking at some of the things that you do in your life. Those can be some of the things that you wrote down on the list a few minutes ago, or those could be bigger things. And think about, what am I saying yes to that's really a no for me? And here's how you do it. When you're in the moment, and I'll just make this up. Your friend calls. Your friend wants to go to lunch. You have a really busy day. It's your only day off of the week. You love your friend, and it'd be great to go to lunch, but you know that it's just going to trip your day up. But guess what you say? Sure, I'll meet you for lunch. No problem. Why? You didn't want to hurt their feelings. Why? Because you just thought, I don't want to say no to them. I love them so much. And this is hard when it's your friends, your family, your children, your spouse. It's not that easy to say no. But what would your day look like if you had said no? Would you have felt better by the end of the day? Would you have been scrambling to try to catch up and get things done before your next day when you go to work or you start to work? How would you feel? And it's not about being selfish. It's about putting yourself first and knowing what needs to be done for you so you can serve in a better way. We serve when we take care of ourselves. We serve when we say no to what doesn't serve us anymore. So I'd like you to think, what is not working for you because you keep saying yes? And here's what I'm going to tell you. I give you permission. I give you wholehearted, loving permission to say no. And you know what? The first time you say no, right here, you're going to feel this little kind of feeling of being stuck, because you're going to feel like you're not being kind or you're not being loving. But the fact of the matter is, there's ways to say no that are kind and loving. I'm really sorry, I just can't do that today. Gosh, I'd love to see you, but I'm going to need to do that next week. Or, I'm so sorry, I'm just not, it's not right for me. I don't feel right about doing that. And just being honoring how you feel. It's okay. Once I learned to say no, I have so much more time for my yeses. And the yeses are where the joy comes from. The yes is where the serving comes from. When I teach this in my workshops, and the women that I teach really on a deep level understand this and get attached to, it's okay to say no. We do a whole little beautiful thing about giving permission to say no so you can be open for your yes. So I'm asking you today, will you give yourself permission? I've given you permission, but who am I? I'm the gal in the video. I'm Cindy. But you know who you are? You are the perfect being that owns your life. And to own your life, you have to say no and say yes to what brings you joy. Say yes what serves you and serves the people around you. So that is know your no's. So I'm going to ask you to, this week, a little challenge from me. Say no to something you typically say yes to, even though you really want to say no. And learn how to say it in a kind, loving way. The first time it might not come out that great. Don't not do it because that happens. just say no, and it's okay. I give you permission. You give you permission. Okay, I'm going to say no to talking anymore. Take care. Have a beautiful day.